Welcome back. The Cowboys pick is in. We're about to find out who they've selected right now with the 75th pick. Osa Odighizuwa, defensive tackle, UCLA. And I think that was a good choice for Dallas. And because they do need a defensive tackle, and I think he was a good choice. And now we're now up to the 76th pick of the draft. The New Orleans Saints are now, actually the Indianapolis Colts traded their pick with the Indianapolis Colts to the New Orleans Saints. They traded it to them, so they are now on the clock. And I think with this pick, they're either going to go with a either a lot. They last four seasons have a 49-15 record, which is best in the NFL. One NFC South in each season, and I think they're going to go with either a wide receiver or a linebacker with this pick. We'll see. And but they do need that, and I guess they do it. If they need a quarterback, they'll probably take a quarterback too. But we will see what they're. I'm going to either wide receiver or linebacker with them. And New Orleans, we'll see what they want to improve on that. They want to have another great season, because they were 12-4 last year and do better than that. And so we will. We're waiting for the Saints pick to be announced. What they've selected, we're going to find out right now. They've already picked two good ones tonight. One good one tonight. They took Pete Warner tonight, a linebacker from Ohio State. And they have taken Paulson Adebo, cornerback, Stanford. And I'm sorry, I thought they'd take a linebacker or a wide receiver, but maybe they need I think they do need a cornerback. And this was kind of one of my surprising picks tonight. Now we're up to 77th pick of round 3 of the NFL draft, and the LA Chargers are back on the clock for that one. And I really think this time, because they have 7 picks remaining in this year's NFL draft, and they've got center Corey Lindsey, offensive tackle Matt Fuller, and they were offensive line 31st overall in pass block, and they lost 4 games in which they led by 10-plus points in the second half, and that is a total NFL record. And I think they're going to go with either a offensive lineman or a tight end or a defensive tackle. We'll see. We will see, because they do need some help in a lot of areas, and I just feel, and the Chargers pick is in. Hopefully we'll get that in just a few moments. And so we'll see when it does come in. We are trying to find out. They're about to find out right now who they are going to pick, because they do want to improve on that 79 record from last season. So, well, the Chargers from Singer Black Pumas, who was I think it was Run DMC the other day, and the Chargers have selected with pick number 77, Josh Palmer, wide receiver, Tennessee. And I think they do need a wide receiver, and I think that's a good pick for him. he put up some big numbers with Tennessee. And he really, he had 99 receptions in his career, 1,514 yards and 7 touchdowns. He can really do some damage in a big football game. And now we're up to, and I think he's going to be a great addition to the LA Chargers. We're now up to the pick number 78. We're about 11 picks away from the Browns getting back on the clock. And Minnesota has 9 picks remaining, and they're back on the clock with the 78th pick. Their pick is on. We'll find out who it is in just a moment. And I think they are going to go with either a defensive end or a guard. I think they're going to go with. Yeah, defensive end or a guard. I think they're going to go with, or a linebacker. Either way. So we'll see what happens. We'll see who they've chosen in just a moment. Hopefully, and hopefully this pick will come in shortly. As we're really starting to move along, we're into the fourth hour. We're already into the 4th hour of night 2 of the NFL draft. Now in round 3. And so. And this is the 78th pick of the draft. And the next 2 picks after this one, the Las Vegas Raiders have them, the 79th and the 80th one. And we're about to find out who Minnesota has taken, because they did have some picks. They took a pick in the 2nd round. Kellen Mond, quarterback, Texas A&M. They took. And they have just selected Chaz Surratt, linebacker, North Carolina. And that was a good choice. I think they need a linebacker, and I think that's a good choice for them. And because last year the linebacker they had last year struggled, and I think this is going to be a good addition for the Minnesota Vikings, and he'll be a great addition to that team. Now we're up to pick number 79. The Las Vegas Raiders are back on the clock, and he put up some big numbers getting back to Chaz Surratt. He really put up a lot of numbers at linebacker in 2019-2020, and he can really he'll put up a lot of big numbers with I think with Minnesota. And so now we have the Las Vegas Raiders are back on the clock. So. He can also outrun any quarterback in the NFL, as they just said, and he'll put up some big numbers. Yeah, Chaz Surratt. Chaz Surratt, and I think he's going to put up some big numbers. And I think this time the Raiders are going to go with either a. They did have a pick. They traded one. Therefore, they took Trevon Moehrig, safety, in round 2. And last night in round 1, the Las Vegas Raiders did have a pick. And suddenly they took Alex Leatherwood, offensive tackle, Alabama. So, and the draft is in commercials, but the Raiders pick is in. We'll have that. We'll get that to you in just a few moments. And well, I think they're going to go with actually a wide receiver or a defensive end. I think they're going to go with. We'll see. And And I just feel this has been one of the most surprising and interesting drafts tonight, round of drafts tonight. And I just feel that they're going to go to. And actually, I think defensive tackle or cornerback. They're going to go. Defensive end or cornerback. And I think either one of those. We'll see though, because the pick is in. We'll find out in just a matter of moments who the Las Vegas Raiders have selected. And so, and I just feel we are now, with their pick being in, after this one will be at 8, we're about 9 picks away, Browns fans, from the Browns getting back on the clock. And I think they're going to go with a wide receiver with that pick, or a linebacker, because they took wide receiver or a defensive tackle. They will go with, because they took Jeremiah Oswuch Cormoa, linebacker, Notre Dame, with the 52nd pick. But the Raiders are now on the clock, and their pick is in. So hopefully we'll have that pick for you in just a few moments. But this has really been just an interesting and surprising night of picks in rounds 2 and 3 of the NFL draft. And so we will be have the Raiders pick in just a few moments. And the Raiders just want to improve on their record from last year. They did have a decent season, but they want to. They have not been in the playoffs for a long time, and they want to get back to the playoffs. But we'll see. I mean, I'm not holding my breath that the Raiders will make it to the playoffs. And I think I'm starting to run out of time. I have a few minutes left. Hopefully, we'll get the draft back on the end. I get that pick in before I have to take a break. And but I just think that the Raiders just want to have a better season and improve on their record from last season. They've got defensive end. They have missed the playoffs 4 straight seasons with 19-29 record in the last 3 seasons under their head coach. And they have their defense 29.9 per pass games allowed, 3rd most in the NFL. And I think they're going to go with a defensive end or a quarterback this time out. And the draft is back. And so, we're still working our way through round 3. And I've got about a couple of minutes left. I'm hoping this pick can come in before I have to go to take a break and upload this segment video. And so, and Aaron Rodgers, he still wants out of Green Bay. And that very well could happen. It's nothing's carved in stone yet. But the big question is, what team would want to take him? So that's going to be a big question. We'll have to wait and see what happens on that one. And I wanted to mention that again because I mentioned that last night. We are still waiting for the Las Vegas Raiders pick to come in. And we'll have it for you in just a few moments. And I think we're about to get it right now. We'll find out in just a few seconds who they have selected with the 79th pick. So, I think we'll find out in just a few moments. And well, I am going to take a break. I've only got a minute left, so I will give you the Raiders pick when it comes in. I'll be right back. Stay tuned.